Hey everyone, it's Flava, back from the dead. Today we're going to be talking about team games. They're definitely one of the most popular form of games today. You know, you look at stuff like Siege, you look at stuff like Overwatch. Battle Royales maybe not so much, but even Apex, the Battle Royale game that's popular now, is played with a small team. And so I was just going to go through a few of these problems that team games really struggle with and that are very difficult to fix. So one of the biggest problems is matchmaking. Now this may not be a problem in every game, but it certainly is in the ones I've played so far. Matchmaking is kind of important. It's important that you get matched with people of your skill level, right? You don't want to be matched with people who are, way above you or way below you, because it's not as fun. You don't look at a game where you stomp and say, "Wow, that was so much fun, dude." You just say, "Easy," and move on. And you don't look at a game where you get stomped and say, "Wow, that was a great game, a lot of fun." You say easy and move on. So the matchmaking kind of falls into this problem, right? And it leads right into the next point, which is boosting. People can just get another account and then boosting or smurfing. Smurfing, for anyone who doesn't know, a weird term I know, is where you just buy a new account and play at a rank that you're not. Typically a rank that is lower than your own, or an SR, or any type of skill level that is lower than your own, and you just dominate and stomp because you're a very good player. And so it's very difficult for players in that level to beat, a good smurf. Let's take Overwatch for example, as it's a game I've played a lot. If you're all in platinum, which is a decent rank, most of the players are in there, and you're all having a good time, and there's one person who's actually Grandmaster, right? He plays Widowmaker at a Grandmaster level, but he is smurfing with another account in platinum, and he's playing, I don't know, Genji, and you're stomping him pretty hard. You're winning. It's pretty even, as it would be. And then he switches to Widow because he's getting tilted, and you guys get trashed. Now that's a big problem because a lot of games don't really stop smurfing on their accounts, because smurfing is, it brings in money. At the end of the day, it brings in some cash, and they wouldn't stop you from giving them money. That's just not how it goes. So yeah, smurfing and boosting. And boosting is just, boosting your friends, making them better, and cheating it off. So those are some really big problems right now with matchmaking and how that works with team games. Team games can really struggle with this just because it's kind of tough to decide what you want to fix first, I guess. Another really big problem is lack of communication and just general confusion with team games. You get into a team, right? We'll take Siege as an example for this one. I've been playing a lot of Siege lately, and I've noticed that you don't really have a lot of comms most of the time. There's actually a decent chunk of comms, which I'm very, very happy about. You just press U. There is no voice chat or anything, which is nice. I like that a lot. But there's this general confusion, people just kind of doing whatever they want. And in quick play, sure, that's all right. I mean, it's not ideal, but in competitive, that's not really how it works, right? If someone's doing their own thing, or multiple people are doing their own thing, or there's different types of strategies that are being thrown around, nobody really knows who they should listen to, who they should be following, then there can be a lot of confusion, and you can lose very, very quickly, as I've seen in most of my team games that I've played. And that bleeds into another problem, which is just being the one-man show, right? I think a lot of people lose sight of what's important in team games, and that is the team. And they just kind of go and they do what they think is best. And I myself fall into this trap a lot of thinking, I'm going to pop off here and I'm going to kill a whole bunch. And, in the back of your mind, you have your team in mind, right? You're like, yeah, this will be better for my team if I just kill everyone. In reality, that's really hard to do. You don't just go and ace the whole team by yourself. It's very rare and very, lucky, or you're very, very good when that happens. So yeah, it's pretty difficult, to say the least. And one-man shows, you gotta play as a unit. And one-man shows are, bred from lack of communication or just greed. I have a saying that whenever somebody dies way out there, their eyes are bright green with greed, because they just want to kill, and they can't. It's like you can't get it. You can't 1v6, as they say. And this is where a lot of games, especially team games, Overwatch has suffered from this a lot. Lost them thousands of players, I'm sure. It's just feeling helpless because the people that are actually playing and that are actually trying, to protect their teams or help their team out in any way that they can, heal them up, watch their backs, they get punished because somebody goes out and dies and their team gets stomped, even though they did nothing wrong and they did everything they could, maybe even they were saying over voice, come back, it's really unfortunate because there's literally nothing you can do. And that one person who goes out and dies leaves you at a massive disadvantage. The chance of you winning is cut, drastically in half because you're that player himself, just by being near your team, holds value. The fact that he's gone now for like whatever the respawn time is for the game, like they just run over you now unless you have some form of way of stopping them. And what loses the players of a lot of team games is just feeling like it's hard luck, like you don't know what you're gonna get. And that's a big problem because the only way to avoid that is to group up in terms of 6, or however many. Of course, referencing Overwatch is 6-player base, but that's kind of the thing, is you have hard luck and it feels like there's nothing you can do. And I think that's a big problem for a lot of players, is sometimes there genuinely is nothing you can do. And team games, I'd say, take some of the most resolve because there's genuinely nothing you can do. Like, being a better player isn't going to help you because your team is dying. 1v6ing isn't just hard for them, it's impossible for you, especially if you're in a role or class that isn't, specialized to 1v6 or 1v5 or whatever. Of course, that's the problem with these games, is people don't really care about anything but themselves, right? And occasionally that's fine, like just trying to meme, but in a competitive setting, like it doesn't feel good. I've queued for games, Overwatch, of course, we're gonna use this as an example because I've had a lot of time in this game, but I've queued for hours into competitive and just lost game after game after game. And I'm sure I could have done small things that would have been better, but genuinely it's so hard to carry someone from a role that doesn't care. I play tank. I've played tank for a long time now. It's very hard to carry someone who doesn't, contribute anything. And that's kind of the problem, is of course I'm not completely faultless. I'm sure I could have done small things better, but in retrospect, those things wouldn't have won, just because, I place a shield a little earlier, or I, maybe do some damage here and get away. That's not going to replace, the 6th member of our team being dead in spawn. They'll just run us over. And so these are kind of the problems that I think most online games face, between balancing and matchmaking. It's tough, for devs to figure out what they're supposed to balance first, what they're supposed to fix, because there's a lot of stuff that they have to work on. Yeah, but I think these are the main things that most people are frustrated with online multiplayer team-based games. And yeah, I just want to make a quick video about it. I of course hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry I've been gone for so long, not really any excuse, but I'll try to make content as often as I can. Winky face. Of course, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I've been Fliv, and I'll see you all in the next one.